Great. So for decades, the newspapers were the only sources of information for many a Ghanaian. All the running stories made their ways to the newsstands as they were. Lately, because you have really a diversified source of information online, on radio, on TV, and newspapers don't seem to be as popular as they used to be. But we still have some ardent, as it were, patrons of newspapers. And I'm here today at one of the newsstands to speak to a few of them about really what stories interest them, what is still keeping them onto the newspapers, and, you know, how beneficial really the newspapers are to them. My boss, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great. So I'm seeing that you're looking at the newspapers. Interesting, isn't it? These days, the young folks, they don't look at newspapers. Everybody is looking on their phone and looking on their computers and so on.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. They say Mama lack credibility.
Yeah. So I'm seeing that's one of the stories on the Ghanaian publisher. The Ghanaian publisher said Mahama lacks credibility to fulfill NDC manifesto promises. That's the information minister talking.
Master,
yeah.
This man, I believe he have gone to take some money from MPP people. This man, he's a man of action. He has done it. We have seen the work that he has done for us. He has done a lot. Building school, he want to start with a good foundation. Giving laptops to schools. He didn't come and say one village, one dam, which they were not able to fulfill. He came, he said he would do it. He came, he said, what, let me say for the instance, when we were in Dunsom, those days we were in Dunsom, what happened? He said, I will fix it. Yeah. He fixed it before he left. So I believe that he's going to do it for us.
So you think that the information ministers, call that Mahama doesn't have credibility? It's not true.
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. I believe the man. I believe him.
You believe Mahama?
The nation.
You believe
to take us to the promised land.
Interesting. You think that Mahama is coming to take Ghana to the
promised land.
Great. Let me talk to this man who is also here. Boss, this is a very interesting conversation that we're having. That they say Mahama lacks credibility. My boss here says that it's not true, but I'm sure you voted in 2016, and I don't know who you voted for, but per the performance of Mahama and the promises that he's making now, do you think that he has a credibility or he doesn't?
Mahama has came before, and everybody know him. Yeah. So it's not me, or it's the Ghanaians who know Mahama before, and now he wants to come back. So that's the credibility that he have. It's matter of the Ghanaians.
But you're a Ghanaian too. Do you think Mahama has credibility?
No, for me, you don't have that credibility for me to do anything in the next 4 years.
Oh, how?
I just came before. We are here, and we say you are learning and confirming them, booking up enough. Later on, there's no anything foul. And then a lot of things. We can't say he hasn't done anything. Yeah, he has done some.
He has done some, but you don't think that he has credibility too?
He don't have any credibility. Yeah, he's here. And then he said, free senior high school cannot work. Then somebody has came, it's working. You have 5 years in the light off. Somebody has came, it's working. You have light free for 6 months. Water free for 6 months. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
It's not about building schools. You can build a lot of schools, but if you go there, you can't even see anything. How can you? Mama say you can't even pay teacher training allowance. Somebody is paying.
Right.
Am I lying?
That's true. That's true.
Mama say you can't pay nursing training allowance. Somebody is paying. And then you're giving us free senior school about 1 million people. What are you talking about? If you are paying 10 million in the year, times 1 million, how much you are paying?
It's interesting a point that you're making. People say that John Dramani Mahama actually ended Dumso. He invested so much in Dumso.
In December 2016, we are in Dumso. What are you talking about?
So Mahama didn't stop Dumso.
End it. He came in 2017, and then the Dumso start going on. Start get off. So if you are saying Mahama is ending Dumso in 2016, that time when? Because December, you are in Dumso in December. That's why we are voting. You are in Dumso. Am I lying?
Well, he makes a point. He makes a point that Dumso was still around even in 2016 when you're going to vote.
No, if you can ask a lot of people, you are around, you see what happened. Where? He fixed it. We were in Dumso for so many years, for almost, he said, I will fix it. And he has fixed it.
You can join the conversation. You can join the conversation. Please come.
Boss. Great. You are in Ghana here, boss. In 2016, we are in the doom so in the 2016. No, but everybody knows. Am I lying? Mama say he can't even pay. Mama say he can't even pay. If we cost him for him to lose in 2016 election, he won't pay the training allowance and next training allowance.
Well, that's true. He made a point that indeed, if he's going to put his presidency on the line, and so he made that point. Yeah. But his point is really on Doomso, that Mahama invested in the car power ships and so on and so forth. That is why we have ended Doomso.
These people, how many megawatts did they add to the electricity? They didn't add anything. See the number of he brought. See the machine that they brought. That ended the Doomso. People, what did they do? Yeah. They done that to those.
He's asking what has the NP, what has Akufo-Addo done to add?
My man said, ask my father. Is my father.
Yeah.
Ask him, say, Abu Jinapo come and tell us, say, it's a lot of money that they can't even pay to buy a fuel. That's why the Doomso is coming. We are not in Ghana yet. It's the fuel. Am I lying? Because
he makes a point.
We can even get about 1,000 over megawatts. Of course, someone is giving us about 800 megawatts. And then, T-Power Asokiri is giving a lot of power. It's the money that they want to buy the fuel. And then Abu Jinapo tell us that they don't have the money to buy the fuel. So it's not about that. There's not the car power. It's the money they must to buy to put the fuel into the system.
So for you, Akufo-Addo ended Doomso.
Why not? Now everything is going on. It says Akufo-Addo came. Are you enjoying or you're not enjoying?
But on Monday, when the NDC was launching its manifesto, the lights kept going on and coming off.
Let me tell you.
That is not Doomso.
You matter everything. You can't even say you get light off only one. You get light off today, tomorrow lights come doesn't mean. Or
you don't think that one is Doomso?
You can have normal problems.
That's normal problems. Yeah. Finally, as we are ending, well, he's making a point that what the NDC might have invested in the capital infrastructure in terms of the car power ships and so on, but critically putting money to buy fuel and so on, that's what the NPP has done.
Not the former deputy minister. He was saying that. It's the fact. He said they don't have money to buy the fuel. That's why the system is going down. So it's not me, I'm saying that. And I'm not going to stand here and say Mama in 4 years doesn't do anything. No, if I say that, it means I'm not a true person. Because we go there, we see the even ridge is there. A lot of schools are built, but it doesn't mean the hardship that the Ghana go on that 4 years is too much.
Too much. So you don't think that you don't think that Mahama should come back?
Why not? How can he come back? Because
he says that he has realized his mistakes and wants to correct them.
You are 8 years in the government. You don't. Right. Mahama told us that he enjoying the Atamas administration. He is the power. He have the power in the Atamas administration because the man doesn't work. And then you have the 8 years in the administration, and then you can't even do anything. We sack you. Yeah. First time in the history of 1 million voters kick you off, and they show you're coming back. For who?
So he shouldn't come back. Finally,
let me tell you one thing. About 1 million people are enjoying the free senior high school. True. What are you talking about?
That's true. Finally, boss, he says that NDC should not come back, and by extension, Mahama should not be brought back. What says he finally?
NDC must come back because this man, the present government, has not united the nation.
Okay.
The way he came to divide the nation, people are in panic and fear, division, tribalism. Those are the things. See what happened to in Ketu South. The way they molested, they were beating people, firing. See the number of people they keep doing just registration. See what has happened. This man must go.
This man must go.
He must go.
Thank you, sir. All the best in a day. Great. So these are reactions. These are not pedestrian really. These are the real reactions of real Ghanaians who are on the streets here at the newsstands. And I'll try to speak to the vendor himself. My boss, is it possible to be able to talk to you briefly? So I'm going to try to call him and then get to speak to him. My boss, good morning. Great. So you can come this way. Great.
People first na toba after lockdown after any tonic from kakra and after so ya any basa no so ama bibia akofom
ama bibia akofom ejuma no kofem
ejuma no kofom pa ama enye de
o susu say den na ma ejuma no kofem
one yare ne ka ho bi because as a yare na ma companies no eco form because obi are reduce the customers obi are reduce the workers nti ama as a ama for backroom no eye e down nti na ama adwuma na eco form
ama adwuma na eco form on susu say iPhone ni laptop ni online news na aba bebre no eno so ma ye reading newspapers no
yeah eno ka ho bi pa social media and last time cry you hu you say graphic app ubie some we bia ubenya news ni nyina o say na ma ni nyina ye ade a eha vendors no because as a wom de nyama ni nyina atoto social media ana ya say obi wa akọ o app a na akọ a ubenya news ni nyina o ntema ama abe problem pa ma ye vendors ni pa
ama abe problem. So he's making a point that the sales of the newspapers, as sort of gone down because first of all, he mentions COVID-19 and then the attendance restrictions that came with it. Lockdown, after lockdown, people were not really buying. And quite critically, the point that he makes now is that what the invention of mobile applications, mobile news applications, that converts the news in the dailies into electronic applications, has swayed most of the customers and the patrons of the dailies. Now with just a mobile phone and with just a click on your screen, you can get access to all the news content that you have here at the stands. So generally, this is the reaction from the readers of the dailies, giving you their raw reactions to what the dailies are publishing, to what the vendor also feels is the going currently. My name is Manuel Kranting for Joy News.
And that's our roving man this morning, Manuel Kranting. Watch out, he will be hitting your community next.